Let me guess, you have one hard drive full of photos from the last 7 years. Family memories, photos, videos, your entire life. It's just sitting on your desk. You've got no backup, no duplicate, no redundant copies. It's just sitting, waiting to die. So you pull your hard drive off your desk. Toast. What if there's a fire? You're done. Or maybe it gets stolen. Shit.
And say you avoid the fire, your drive still will fail. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because these little suckers are whizzing around at 7,200 revolutions per minute. Eventually,
you will lose
everything.
Everything.
Oh my God, what do I do to back things up? How do I back things up? We're gonna show you how we do it. A lot of people wonder, when is a hard drive gonna fail? Well, you never really know. Big companies that use tons of hard drives actually publish data. Bottom line is, you have the highest chance of a drive failure as soon as you buy it due to manufacturer's defects, and at the end of life. So the longer you use it, the more chance it's just gonna break down. So your hard drive hasn't failed yet, but now you're terrified after all this stuff we told you. So there's a million and one ways to back up your data. Everyone does it differently. Peter McKinnon did a video on it, we'll link below. Sara Dietschy did a video on it, we'll link below. We do it differently, so we're gonna show you how we do it. Before we do that though, there's gonna be two concepts that I wanna cover, and the first is actually having a full physical backup of your data, and the second is something called RAID arrays, or redundant arrays of independent disks. You've probably heard the word RAID, you're like, Chris, what is a RAID? This is too technical, I don't know what it is. So first of all, we don't store anything like photos or video on our boot disk in our computer. We have a solid state drive for maximum speed, and that's just running our program files like our software, like Adobe Creative Suite, and the operating system. All of our images, like our photos and our video files, all the stuff that takes up huge amounts of space, we store those on separate RAID towers that each have 4 hard drive bays in them. Now those 4 hard drive bays each have a 4 terabyte disk in them. So you would think that we would have 16 terabytes in one big tower, but we actually only have 12. And the reason is because one drive slot is dedicated to parity or redundancy. So the hard drive tower can suffer from one drive failure and not lose any data. There's all types of different RAID protocols you can use. We use RAID 5 because I find it's a good balance between redundancy and performance, but there's a ton of different ones and you can research them and find what's best for you. Our hard drives are connected via Thunderbolt for maximum in and out write speeds, which you need for video content creation.
RAID only protects you against random hard drive failures. So along with your RAID backup, you want to really have at least 2 copies of all of your files. So we opt for a service called Backblaze. It's a cloud-based backup service that runs 24/7 on our computers and takes all of the content from our hard drives, including new files, and backs it up onto the cloud.
By the way, this video is not sponsored.
We tested and researched a number of different cloud-based backup services. Backblaze was our favorite because it allowed us to use our full upload bandwidth, and it was only about $4 per month. The other services said they were going to take 3 months for our first upload. It has a limited version history. So if you do save over something or a file corrupts on you, there's a high chance that you'll be able to recover that file. So if you do have a huge hard drive failure at your studio or at your house, you can actually download your files right from Backblaze, or you can always reach out to them, and for a fee, they will send you hard drives with your files on them.
So the key is on-site redundancy with a RAID tower,
A full duplicate on the cloud.
and if you're bent like us, another RAID tower just dedicated to time machine backups.
If you want to learn more about what we have, the setup, all of the products that we're using, everything is linked on our blog. I'll put it in the description box. Don't worry, it's not too late. If your hard drive still works, you can still back up your shit. And if you have lost your stuff, there's tons of services you can try to recover your drives. SD drives have a higher rate of not failing,
But they have a higher rate of uncorrectable errors, meaning you may have more chance of having corrupted files. So you're still in the same boat.
So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notified when we post new videos. Now go back up your shit. So the key is
Redundancy. So the key is on-site redundancy with a RAID tower.
on-site redundancy in a RAID tower. On a RAID with a RAID tower. With the AMG kit. Okay. Sounds great.
Beckham, I know you're getting high if those microphones back there.